This collaboration of entrepreneur groups is vital for a community to support businesses that create our downtowns and give personalities to our communities. I would like to recognize this evening Charlie Penner. He's here with us. He's the Regional Director of Greater Washtenaw Satellite, and our very own Livingston County, Nancy Johnson. If you could please raise your hands. I'd like to give you a round of applause. Both of these that I spoke of this evening are great examples of how we have strengthened existing partnerships. Fiscal year 2013 was the year of completion for several major projects that have spanned many, many years. The capital investments were a collaboration effort between federal, state, county, and local units of government, nonprofit, including healthcare and educational institution, and private entities. Here's an outstanding example of capital investment collaboration. A master plan for the airport development was created in the late 1990s for 5,000-foot all-weather runway and instrument landing system. Land acquisition, the relocation of Thule Road, and construction of the runway and taxiways was a decade-long series of projects. Construction of the terminal building started in the fall of 2012, and the grand opening was last fall. As Airport Director Mark Johnson stated, the runway and the instrument landing system was the main course. The new terminal was just the dessert. With this, Howell High School has developed a course for private pilot ground school in conjunction with Crosswinds Aviation. The course is taught by a high school teacher who is also a licensed pilot. Students receive a volunteer Young Eagles introductory flight to enter the course. After completing the first half of the course, they also receive a free flight lesson from Crosswinds Aviation through the Young Eagles. 34 students received 5 college credits at Northwestern Michigan University's aviation program. If students complete their private pilot rating at Crosswinds Aviation, they earn 10 credits at Northwestern Michigan University. This program helps to fast-track students, putting them about 1 year ahead of their classmates. 1 decade ago, an idea for a new EMS headquarters and training institution was envisioned. In 2004, the University of Michigan Survival Flight moved their first helicopter to Livingston County's airport. In the spirit of cooperation and collaboration, the EMS building reached out to the University of Michigan to create a shared vision of a multifaceted public safety complex. The shared vision would provide state-of-the-art local EMS services, highly acute air medical services, sophisticated simulations, and educational opportunities for healthcare and public safety. EMS collaborates with the county airport and assists with securing a through-the-fence operation, enabling the following impressive lists. The University of Michigan agreed to a 20-year lease, which guarantees an EMS helicopter in Livingston County for the next 20 years. The 5,000-foot runway allows the university to bring in its fixed-wing aircraft. Fuel sales for the airport increased. Pilot and maintenance jobs were created. Healthcare jobs were created. Launch times for the university were decreased by 1 hour, having on-site jet service, which is the fixed-wing aircraft that transports organs all over the state. Services for educational suitors are sought, and a 5-year agreement was reached with Lansing Community College. One of the county's only military medic programs is coming to Livingston County. GI Bill funds are spent here. Students from across the country are training right here. Nursing simulation training is occurring here. Instructor jobs were created in Livingston County. Students that would not otherwise travel to Livingston County are taking their classes right here. These students will graduate with job skills that will take and allow them to seek careers and relocate in the county. EMS collaborates with Livingston Educational Services, which is LESA, to teach high school seniors an emergency medical technician course that allows them to graduate with job skills. Kalamazoo Community College brings a reoccurring 12-week mobile intensive care unit program here. All of these students are experienced, employed paramedics, furthering their knowledge in critical care. 19 of 21 students have never been in Livingston County before. 18 of the 21 students are using employer-paid tuition reimbursements to attend this course. Now, looking ahead for future use, as a result of the collaboration between the EMS and the airport, a future fuel farm is in the planning stages. The basement of this public safety complex will collaborate with the State of Michigan Region 1 Medical Coalition and the Center of Disease Control in Atlanta for disaster support preparedness. So I don't know about you, but if I had a medical emergency, and I want to have it right here. I want the A team. Don't send out the B team. Most of you know that Livingston County partnered with the Department of Transportation, the Livingston County Road Commission, Genoa Township, and private investors for the successful construction of the Latson Road interchange. This project had been 25 years in the planning. The opening of the interchange gave me much personal satisfaction when I saw Jack LaBelle walk across the bridge. I think Jack was probably part of 3 decades of decisions and planning. All of the investments that have been discussed have created opportunity for economic development, improved public safety, and educational opportunities. These collaborations are examples of how we are growing in tradition and growing for generations. Now, it is my pleasure to introduce to you Stephen Williams, Vice Chair of the Livingston County Board of Commissioners. We all look up to Steve.
Thank you and good evening. I'd like to introduce your board. We do have a couple absences tonight, unfortunately, but the Livingston County Board of Commissioners consists of 9 members elected every 2 years by district. The Livingston County Board of Commissioners is a legislative body and the major policy approval center for Livingston County activities, programs, and facilities, similar to the Board of Directors in a private corporation. Commissioners spend a minimum of 20 to 25 hours a week in preparation for committee involvement and meetings. Please, not while I'm talking, but when you're done, refer to the inside of this very nice brochure for a list of our different meetings and our schedule and our, I have lost my place, for a list of meetings, committees, and sample resolutions passed in 2013. And of course, the calendar is in there for the rest of the entire 2014 schedule. So we don't always serve food, but you're always welcome at our meetings. For the past decade, the county has worked tirelessly to reduce annual operating costs against declining annual revenues. These efforts have proved successful. In mid-2013, the Board of Commissioners held a strategic planning session to begin redefining board priorities. The outcome of that strategic session can be seen on the screen. The board has handed these priorities off to elected officials and department directors to analyze current conditions and to propose an action plan to support board policies. It's expected that the work will take the rest of fiscal year 2014 to complete. District 1 is represented by Commissioner Kate Lawrence, who was unfortunately not able to attend today. A couple of the highlights in District 1 in the in the coming year include the Lake Trust Credit Union, who has plans to relocate and construct new corporate headquarters near Spencer Road and Old US 23 in Brighton Township. This nearly $30 million project will begin this year with an anticipated completion date in late 2015. Liberty Title is investing approximately $300,000 in the construction of a new 2,500 square foot office building within the city limits of Brighton. District 2 is represented by Commissioner William Green. That's Osceola. Go ahead and raise your hand, Bill. Osceola and Deerfield area. Some of the highlights for the coming year include the Maple Square development, a new rental community of 121 apartments slated to commence this spring on North Latson Road. And in 2013, Osceola Township Board purchased 10 acres adjacent to township property north of the fire hall and is now considering developing much of that acreage for future recreational activities. District 3 in the Tyrone Heartland Township area is represented by Commissioner David Domas. And some of the highlights in the upcoming year include the River Community Church that's under construction on the north side of M59 east of Hacker Road. It's an approximately 38,000 square foot church sited with the M59 frontage at the front of a 76 acre site. In addition, the Heartland Township Board has closed on a 95 acre parcel in their sewer district at the US 23 Clyde Road interchange. And the transfer of this acquisition into private ownership benefits the financial health of the township sewer district and the entire township. District 4, Western Livingston County, is represented by Commissioner Ronald Van Houten, who is ill with the flu. And if you look at that territory, you can understand why anybody would get run down, since he has to represent 4 townships, part of a 5th, in the village of Fowlerville. Ison Holdings of America rezoned 80 acres near Sargent and Troon Roads in Handy Township, adjacent to their existing test track in 2003. That property will provide an additional buffer for the rough road test track that became operational last year as well. District 5 in the Howell area is represented by Commissioner Donald S. Parker. And in Howell Township, Rex Materials has plans for constructing an office headquarters, research and development facility at the corner of M59 and Brewer Road. They've been part of Howell Township since the mid-1970s and anticipate construction to begin in 2014. And of course, we heard all about the wonderful Spencer J. Hardy Livingston County Airport, which was construction was completed last year in August, the grand opening held in September. And the new terminal building, most of you would have passed on the way in, on the north side of the airport with access from Thule Road. The building is approximately 4,000 square feet with a passenger lobby, pilot lounge, pilot weather and flight planning area, and a small conference room.